welcome back to Small Biz Diaries. We're here with Courtney.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
Behind us is this beautiful mural that she's working on. I'm catching her here in the middle of her session, so I'm super excited. But Courtney, when did you know you wanted to be an artist?
Well, I knew I wanted to be an artist from a very early age. I would always doodle just in my free time. I actually, instead of having a lemonade stand, I set up an art stand when I was little, and I would sell my little drawings of animals for 25 cents, and only my mom came, but it was great. And then I started taking it more seriously around high school, and then I studied in college. I have a bachelor in fine art with a concentration in painting. And from there, it just rolled. I don't really have a plan B. This is what I want to do, and I'm making it happen.
Yeah. Do you do this full time now?
I do. I do murals full time, and then I also do oil paintings and just other paintings on the side. Both art, side hustle and main hustle, both art.
When did you transition to full time? Or was it always full time?
Well, I graduated from the University of Tampa in 2021, and while I was there, I was an intern for a mural artist. So when I graduated, I was just kind of her assistant for about a year, and then did it full time by myself from then on.
Oh, wow.
So ever since I guess I graduated college, I've just been doing it full time. Yeah.
Amazing. I love it. You committed. You were like, I'm doing this.
I'm like, I do not have a plan B. So.
Yeah, I love it. And then as an artist, like, how would you describe your relationship of like describing yourself as a small business owner as well?
I think like other small business owners, you really do everything yourself. And I think I relate to what other small businesses are going through, especially in Tampa, just building everything from the ground up. I do everything myself. I do my social media. I have the creative part, obviously, so I have to put in the time doing that. I do all my finances myself. I do meetings, phone calls, whatever else it is.
All the hats.
Everything. I wear all the hats. So just like other small businesses, that's kind of how I relate back to that.
Do you still remember your first mural that you did?
I do. Well, my first mural that I did was actually with the woman that I was the assistant for, and it was at Fuzzy's Tacos in Riverview. And I remember she was like, okay, I need you to paint this heart for me. It was like the easiest thing you could paint, and I was so nervous because I didn't want to mess up her mural. And I was like, I don't know. And I had this little tiny brush, and I was trying to like get all the lines perfect, and she was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't want to mess it up. She's like, take a big brush and commit and go for it. Like, do this, go do this. I'm like, okay. And I got it done in like 5 minutes, and she's like, see, perfect, you didn't mess it up. And it's only paint. So if you do mess up, we paint over it, and it's all good. So I remember that so much. It stuck in my head because that was the first time I took the leap. Instead of just painting on small canvases, I was actually painting a large mural. I was so scared, but I took that leap because of her and had the confidence to go forward with more murals. Doing my first one myself was actually at a plant shop called Uravine Plant Shop. They switched locations, so the mural is no longer with us. Sad. But it was challenging, I would say, just intimidating by yourself. You're like, oh, are they gonna like me? Am I gonna, like, all the thoughts go in your head. Is this gonna be good enough for their business? A lot of imposter syndrome. But the more you do it, the more easy it gets. Each client you learn something from, and it just slowly gets better from there. Yeah,
oh my God. I'm sure you have a whole portfolio of like all the murals you've done, which is so cool. It's like little landmarks that you're leaving behind. I love that.
Yeah, I always say, like, especially outdoor murals, it's a free billboard for yourself. So all these cars that are here, they pass it every day, they're gonna see my work, which is really something special. And then people can see my work and say, oh, I want something from her too, and that kind of spirals into more business. So it is really cool. And also, like, driving around with your friends, you're like, I did that. You know?
So cool.
So yeah, it is really fun.
Well, speaking of business, what would you say is the hardest part as an artist, like running your own business, all those things?
I would say time management is like my weakness. We were just talking earlier, but if I think something's going to take me a week, it'll probably take me 2. So trying to fit everything into the schedule. If I have multiple murals, then I have to say, you know, this will take me a week, and then if it doesn't take me a week, I have to push them back. So having time to spare is really important. Not overbooking myself, not overworking myself is very important, and that's something I really struggle with. And also just like the balance of everything, the balance of like spending time with your friends and also working, because when you are a small business owner or you're working for yourself, every minute counts, and sometimes you find yourself working too much and not spending time with yourself, even giving yourself self-care or spending time with your friends. So I would say that mainly too I've been struggling with is just finding that balance between like when to stop working and when to start working.
Yeah.
So I would say both of those things. Mainly time management though.
Yeah, which is hard, I think.
Yeah.
Especially when you have different buckets that you have. Like you mentioned your murals, your I'm sure your custom pieces, and then your show. Like there's so many moving parts. I'm sure it's like putting all the pieces together.
Definitely.
So what would you say like motivates you or inspires you when you're struggling? Like when you're like, this is rough, like I have so much stuff going on, like what would you say motivates you or pushes you through?
So I find myself, there's ebbs and flows to this job. Sometimes I have so much work and sometimes I have nothing, and I have to remember, especially when I have so much work and I'm so stressed and I don't want to wake up and go to this mural or make this painting, I have to remember like this is what I asked for, like this is my dream life and I'm living it, and I have to be grateful for that every day. It is work at a certain point. No one wants to wake up and do work. Everyone just wants to relax all day like on a beach and sip a pina colada, but we have to get up and work. And the motivation for me, I guess, is I don't want to sit at a desk and do a 9-to-5 job. So if I have to paint a few logos or do some commissions of like dog portraits or something that I don't want to do, it's better than clocking into a job and having a boss. I am my own boss, so if I don't want to work that day, I can be like, I need a self-care day, I'm sleeping in, and that's the beauty of it. So I would just say that's kind of my motivation. Like, keep going because this is your dream life, and just live in the moment, I guess. Like, don't complain. You have it good, you know?
Yeah, mic drop. Yeah. But, okay, so my last question is, what advice would you have for any person, artist, that wants to get started? Just, like, take me back to when you were getting started. Like, is there something that you would have told yourself?
Yeah, when I was in school, around my sophomore year of college, I knew I wanted to be an artist, but I didn't know how. Like, I was like, how am I going to make money after graduating with this? And the main thing that I did was looking for local artists in my area. Even if I messaged them and said, hey, do you want to go get coffee with me? Artists are more than happy to do that and give you advice or let you shadow them for a day. Like, sometimes I'm just looking for an assistant, like a job like this, just to fill in, and you can get experience and add that to your resume. So I would say for young artists, just when you see someone doing what you want to do, it's easier to envision your life like that instead of just being like, yeah, I'm just going to sell my art for millions of dollars and it's all going to work out, because that's not really reasonable. So having some type of inspiration in your life is very, very important and helps that drive to get to where you want to go.
Thank you so much, Courtney. I appreciate it. You're a pro. She did great. But yeah, thank you guys.
Bye.